From the Monday Morning Podcast, Mr. Bill Burr.
All right. How are ya? What's going on? All right. I feel bad sitting down, like I'm like some fucking piece of shit performer, but that's how I do it. And this is what this what's that? I don't know what you mean, buddy, but happy to you too. Happy Diwali. Whatever that means. Is that an Asian thing? I couldn't tell. It's very fast. Some sort of accent there. How's global warming working for you guys in Asia? Is it a good thing? They're shutting off all the fucking lights out here. There's going to be high winds where poor people are. We don't want them to burn to death. The rich people in the mansions will be okay. I think, like, everybody has, like, conspiracy theories. For those people listening at home or possibly watching wherever the fuck this is going to be, wherever this was going to live, if we could find a safe space on the internet. By the way, you guys shouldn't have clapped. You know, somebody from Oxford might be listening to this. Nobody saw that shit? Those fucking idiots over there at Oxford? Am I saying the right thing? Is that a farm animal? Is that expensive school? They said that clapping, they banned clapping. You got to do, they said jazz hands, but it's like, you know, when deaf people, which I've never seen a deaf person do that. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just go like this? Yeah, nice performance. Why would you go, I got my hands up here. I think that's deaf people trolling us. Is that is deaf, is that bad now? You know? Like midget, you can't say midget now. Can't say deaf, can't say flight attendant. You know? I'm telling you, you go into a coma, when you wake up, you won't be able to speak English anymore. Oh, what are you speaking those old words for? A midget hit me in the car, I didn't hear him. Who is this guy? He's a witch. I was in a coma for 20 fucking years. Anyways, for those people listening at home, there's some sort of, I don't know what's going on. They ran out of power out here in this sunny state. They ran out of ways to fucking, I guess, keep the lights on. They're saying there's going to be fires or something like that with, like, I don't know, 90 mile an hour fucking winds. This crowd's getting quiet, like all their power's getting shut off. It's not funny, man. Now, if you have solar panels on your fucking house, does that mean, like, everybody else is, like, living in, like, Mad Max time, and you still got your flat screen? Like 90 mile an hour fucking winds, people flying by with their big green eggs, and you're just in the future, right? Just sitting there with your solar panels, not letting anybody in, right? Like that fucking Jesus cunt down there in Houston. Didn't let any of the fatties in. The whole place was flooded. He basically had an ark, right? And these people were as big as oxes and farm animals. He could have reenacted the whole thing and let these people in, and he didn't. He did not. He didn't even put moorings outside of it, because maybe he could have, like, tied a few fatties up and clung to them like Leonardo DiCaprio at the end of fucking, I was going to say Tightrope, Titanic. What a terrible fucking movie. It just was such a, you know, can you imagine if they made 9/11 into a chick flick? And then, like, hundreds of years later, you're like, I don't want to fucking see that. Leo's holding the emergency door for the last person that's going to make it down the stairs. And all the women haters, where the fuck could he go? Huh? Oh, he's going to hold the fucking door. Ain't got it worse than us. I don't fucking know. It's unbelievable. Bunch of people. You know how fucking pissed off people would have been if they lived long enough to fucking see that hunk of shit? I'm sorry. I don't mean to go down. I don't know. Who is that? James Cameron? Is that who it was? He's had some hits. I think he'll survive this podcast. He what? There goes DVD sales. Yeah, so anyways, they're having these why don't we just convert to solar power? There's a guy down the street. He's got fucking solar power, and I just don't know how to approach this guy You know, because I don't know them. You know, it's weird. Like, why can't I, as a fellow American, say, I'm envious of what you have on your roof? Who put them up there? How much did it cost? How do I go about that? I can't just walk up and knock on the door, right? Maybe he has a rescue pit bull in there. He fucking lets it go. You know, it's weird. People think just down in the South you can't just walk up to somebody's house. But out here, you know, LA's fucking, it's a crazy place, you know? There's all kinds of phony fucking, you know, all of that shit with the Botox. And then also, it's so easy to get killed out here. You hear the tension in the crowd, those of you at home? Hey, let's go to a baseball game. Where's Mike? I don't know. Oh, there he is, getting kicked to death in the parking lot. He had the wrong colored handkerchief. Oh, I had one of the great fucking old man moments. My life, okay? So I'm driving to the Comedy Store. I feel weird trying to even look out at you guys. Like I'm supposed to be alone. This is like back in the day when I would stay at like a Super 8. They wouldn't have a couch as nice as this, but it wouldn't be like fucking like long enough so you could lay down on it. So then you'd have to drag some other fucking piece of furniture over like this and then stick your legs up like, this is better. This is better than sleeping in the bed, you know? Where John Wayne Gacy had a fucking threesome with a couple of... Oh, Bill, come on. Not like that. Don't be like that. Don't fucking be like that. All right, so anyway, I'm driving down the road. I'm not lying down like this, but I'm driving down the road. And I was listening to Ozzy Osbourne. Yes, and I was listening to some of that Randy Rhoads shit, right? And I was listening to, what's that? You can't kill rock and roll, right? I was listening to that fucking song. So I pull up. I'm going to the Comedy Store, and I'm stopped at a red light on Crescent Heights in Laurel. No, that doesn't make sense. Crescent Heights in Sunset. And I'm fucking sitting there. There's an open lane next to me because it merges in. There's nobody there. And, you know, I set my windows down. I got it cranked, you know, like the old guy that I am. And all of a sudden, you know, you just feel like somebody looking at you. And I fucking look over, and there's a guy like a year or two older than me on the sidewalk, dressed like he was jogging, but stopped. And he's just looking at me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he starts air drumming to the song. So I'm like, my windows are down. I don't want to put the window up. Because he's close enough that if that offends him, he's going to lunge at me with whatever he's stuck in his arm. And then I have what he has, right? So I'm trying to ignore him. And he's just, I feel him. I can just feel the heat of him. And I fucking look over. He's still staring at me, still fucking air drumming. And then I see he crushes all of the fills. Like, those 80 fills. And he's fucking crushing it while he's just looking at me. And at that point, I just start laughing. He never breaks character. The light turns green. And then simultaneously, we both do the devil horns and drove away. And I was just like, yeah. I was like, that was fucking awesome. Oh, because a few lights earlier, I was a little self-conscious. You know, I was in a younger part of Hollywood, and they're probably, look at the old bald man listening to his, you know, whatever. You guys, that's probably like Benny Goodman music to you guys, right? I actually said Glenn Miller as a reference to old music and to somebody in like their late 20s and 30s, and they go, who's that? And I was like, wow. Judging by you guys, you don't know who the fuck that is either. And I realized that my music is basically, I guess it's that. I can't believe that it is. But anyway, that happened. That was a fun one, you know. To bond with somebody like that, you know. I wish I could have talked to him. He'd be like, I saw him in Oakland at fucking 79. I was there when he bit the bat's fucking head off. I'm the one who threw it, right? You know what a juxtaposition that is? And on the way down here, I was listening to Sirius Satellite Radio, and I was listening to, I like old country. I don't know why. I just like it, you know? I think it has to do with everybody yelling at each other now about politics. There's something about it. It's just fucking quiet. It makes you feel like you got your own spread out on a fucking lake or something. And I just like, but I cannot get past how much they kiss their fucking crowd's ass I was listening to this Grand Ole Opry, and it's just so, we're just so happy to be here, and you guys just, you can sing along. Hey, you probably know the words better than me. It's like, dude, you know all the words. You sing this song every fucking night. It's why you drink. All right? Stop. And the crowd's just eating it up. Oh, Lord of mercy, and just, I can't believe you all came out to see me here tonight. You're at the Grand Ole Opry. You're a fucking star, okay? It's not like you went to an open mic and all of a sudden, what? I'm famous? These fucking people just eat it up. They eat it up because they're fucking, they're selfish. Country crowds are fucking selfish. That's all it is. No, they're not. They're selfish fucking people, and they need the fucking guy on stage or woman on stage, right? Or they on stage to constantly, see, covered all my bases. Shimmering hands. They need to constantly have the performer bring them down to their level, or even like, I feel like I'm playing backyard with my family. Rink-a-dink, right? I like to thank Mark Shields, Eddie Bravo, they name the guy who parked my car, they fucking thank everybody. It's like reverse Beyonce. You know what I mean? Beyonce's up there, and it's just like her whole vibe, because my daughter and my wife watched that fucking concert all the goddamn time, right? And her whole vibe is like, fuck you. You could never be as good as me. Flicking her fucking hair. It's amazing. It's amazing that there's a crowd, and those people can't get enough of it. Yes, queen, yes. Treat me like shit. Why am I in the same structure as you? I don't know. I think if those dudes went to a country fucking thing, they'd probably pass out from like the love that they got from the person on stage, because that seems to be what they're looking for. But a lot of them are gay, and it's a country crowd, so they probably get the shit kicked out of them. So, I get it. Sometimes you gotta talk through it to figure out why this... It is a great thing about having a daughter, is I actually know Beyonce songs now, And she goes, get up, Dada, let's dance. So I have to dance to Beyonce. Don't say, oh, it's not cute. It's fucking soul-crushing, all right? That fucking homeless jogger saved me. Anyway, here's one for you. Underrated, not watching any football on a football Sunday. Sacrilegious. I did it today. I got so much shit done. It was fucking ridiculous. Then all you do is you just pop in and you watch the fucking ticker. You kind of know what's going on. They're going to show you all the good plays. What's that? Jesus, how hammered is that guy? Who won the fucking Packer game? Dude, you were like... That was like the Jackie Gleason show level drunk. Hey, Mr. Donahue. Who? I'm gonna look it up for you. Who on the? I might even Google. I might even fucking Google that if I know my fucking password here. All right. No, come on, bam, open. Please open. Nothing. Ew, this is not my laptop. That's the fucking problem. Look at spoiler alert. Packers won, and then the fucking podcast stops. Oh, maybe I'm doing a capital letter. Maybe I don't need to do that. How about that? There it is. Spoiler alert. You do that, and the guy did that at one of those fucking superhero movies. He got the shit kicked out of him, right? Which, by the way, don't you think that guy should have won something just for doing that? Ruining a decade of people watching movies. Right? 9 years, 9 movies of that superhero thing. That was fucking hilarious how offended those people got when fucking Scorsese and all these great directors were like, yeah, those movies kind of suck. I mean, technically they're movies, but they're not really movies. Actually, I don't think Godfather 3 was that good. Oh, shut up, you fucking Batman and Robin. I know. The joke, I gotta see the joke. The joke movies are great. It's weird. Some of them are fucking great, and then other ones are just like... I went to that Batman Superman one. Just had my fingers in my ear for like fucking 3 hours. It was like louder than AC/DC. It's like, Jesus Christ. These two guys just fuck each other already. All this rolling around. How many fucking skyscrapers have to collapse before they just admit their love and respect for one another? Go back to his fucking theater of solitude, whatever the fuck you call it. All right, wait a sec. Ah, fuck! My pick of the day didn't happen. Well, I don't know what the spread was. What was the spread in the Seattle Seahawks-Falcons game? Oh, it was an even. Why was there no spread? I don't get that. Pete Carroll, Sneaky Pete, fucking, he fucking loses to the fucking Ravens, and all of a sudden then they play the hapless Falcons? I don't fucking get that. There's no spread. I don't buy that. I'm not buying that. This is like one of those sports talk shows. I'm not buying it. I'm waiting for the Patriots to lose, and then everybody on ESPN just be like, "Were the New England Patriots exposed today? Were they exposed? It's all the way over here, and now is it all the way over here? Is anybody still watching?" They played nobody. They played fucking nobody, and then you wait. Now, next week it starts. We play Ravens with their running back quarterback, right? Guy runs all over the How many times are they going to sell me that fucking guy? Oh, this guy can do everything. He runs all over the field, and then he gets hit, and then he can't run, and now he's got to pass. Now he's fucked. You don't need to do that as a quarterback. Look at Tom Brady. The guy can barely fucking walk. It's unbelievable. But he knows where to look, and he fucking throws it, and that's it. Running all. What are you doing? That's other people's jobs. It's like you're the manager of an Applebee's, and you're busting tables. What are you doing? Greet the customers, get them to their seats, and keep the fucking thing running. I would tell you guys, I used to work in a restaurant way back in the day that was going out of business. It was one of these things. They put like a 5-star restaurant in an area where people had like, 2-star brains. So I don't know what they were trying to elevate the entire area. Like it was a 5-star, like this is like the 80s, 5-star restaurant right next to like a record town. People like me, is the new AC/DC out yet? And they got like some lobster souffle next door. So needless to say, the shit was tanking, right? So 3 people dumped like a ton of money into it. Another guy, he just had the equipment from another failed restaurant. They got in business with a guy like, yeah, I fucked this up before. Well, come on in. We got to get in business with you. This guy knows how to not succeed in this business. So he had all the fucking restaurant equipment, so he came in, right? And I don't want to get anybody in trouble here, but let's just say there was people fucking, there was dipping in the register. There was fucking, there was a lot of Eric Clapton songs being played in the back. I don't remember the fucking point of this, but now I'll just continue to tell the stories. All right, here's one for you. They always eat, right now, this is a big time right now for women, right? It's a big time for me, yeah, a big time, right? I don't know why you had to do the Joan Jett. Ow! Kicking your leg out. Woo! I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what it is, but I know white women do not feel appreciated. Anytime you hear women bitching, 9 times out of 10 on television, it's going to be a white woman. I don't get it. It's like, you're fucking white. You're fucking white. What is the problem? Anyways, you have no idea. It's just so difficult to be a white lady in America. Do you have any idea what it's like to not be pulled over because of the color of your skin? Do you? Do you have any idea what it's like to marry a toxic white male and then take him for everything he's got 3 years later? And still feel that toxicity in the pool you didn't pay for? I have no sympathy for white women. I don't. I hope they get what's coming to them. Sorry, I don't mean any of this shit. I'm just hedging my bets, okay? In case I'm yet another person in the public eye who gets so full of themselves that someday decides to run for president. Celebrities do that right now. Are you gonna run? You had a couple of successful movies. Do you Plan on trying to run the free world? Well, I'm not alive. Definitely consider it, you know? I've won every fight in my movies. Why can't I win it in real life? So I just say outrageous shit. So that'll stop me someday when I just go, yeah, I'm going to fucking run for president. Then they'll just pull up a clip of me doing this. I think, why hope white women go extinct or whatever the fuck I just said. Do you think you've lost touch with the female voters? My favorite fucking thing, I like Trump supporters who are like, I like Trump, he doesn't give a fuck. That's my favorite thing. He doesn't give a, well, he probably should give a fuck. I mean, there's a lot of things he should give a fuck about. Trump doesn't give a fuck. That's how I live my life. I don't give a fuck. I just feel something and I fucking do it. I think it, I fucking say it, I let the chips fall where they may. I like a president that runs the White House the way I run my life. That's what I like. I can relate to it. Putting out fires all over my trailer. That's such a bad stereotype of a Trump supporter. There's a lot of people, too, protecting their money. You know, you got to have a fucking, you know, it's the deal. You get money, you got to go for the fucking, the rich white dude who's grabbing pussies. I mean, that's just how it works. If you want to hang on to your blood money, you need a blood money guy in the White House. I don't like the glorification of not giving a fuck, by the way. That guy doesn't give a fuck. That's one of the easiest things. Not caring, that's easy. What do you think about that? I don't give a fuck. I mean, that's easy. What do you think about that? I mean, I think it's a major problem. And I think, you know, it's like global warming. If you actually have the fucking balls to read data on that shit, I mean, you're better than I am. I don't go into I don't give a fuck. I just look at it like, you know, there's something in that room I don't want to deal with, and I just sit there slowly rocking. They're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. I'll just do what they tell me to do, and maybe that'll work. I don't know. You know what I like about this election, though? It doesn't seem to be any women running, which is great. You know what I mean? Let's get them back. Not that I'm against a woman president. I just hate the excitement just because she's a woman. I just fucking hate it. Oh, my God. She doesn't have a tallywhacker? Let's... They're all going to end up on that fucking tour. Right, the blood money tour. They go out and they give speeches to the fucking people that they had to work for when they were there, right? Your boy's there, huh? Fucking Hollywood. Obama, he's out there doing that shit, isn't he? Right out there, 1,000 points of light, talking to all those fucking bankers. They don't give a fuck, right? They're sitting there eating a deep fried eagle as he's talking. I mean, they're like, those two are ridiculous. The way they're vacuuming up the fucking money. She's on fucking tour. He's like, I wonder if one of his kids gets a drone at, like, Radio Shack or something, if he has, like, flashbacks. But he gave good speeches. I don't know why I just... Oh, the Jaguars one with that dude with the porn stash. I like that guy, you know? Makes me feel like I'm watching an old Burt Reynolds movie. You know? Just to, you know, pull tab fucking beer. All right, Redskins lose again. Vikings win. Seattle wins. Bears lost by 1 fucking point. They just can't do it. You gotta... By the way, if you live out here in L.A., if you're a football fan, you gotta go to a Charger game. That fucking stadium, it's like seeing a football game in the 1940s. There's like... 15,000 people? Aren't the Chargers playing the Chiefs in, like, Mexico City? Ah, that's because I want to see Patrick Mahomes at that little ass fucking stadium. It's like he's playing here. It's like he's right fucking there. I could hear him calling the plays in the huddle. Hey, you gotta go there. Everybody else, I don't know. Everybody's got the brand new stadiums. Lions hang on to beat the Giants. What else? What else happened today? Anything surprising? Jesus Christ, Drew Brees is back, 31-9. What else? This is what, you know what's great about doing the live podcast is I realize when you guys start to drift off and almost hit a telephone pole, when you don't give a fuck about what I'm talking about. Patriots win again. Is this the greatest Patriots team ever? They played the Jets twice, the Dolphins, the Redskins, the Browns. It's like the end of a keg and you're just trying to get one more fucking... It's just all suds trying to get drunk off of it. Our season starts next week with the Ravens. Then we got the Chiefs, and I'm hoping Patrick Mahomes is going to be healthy. You know, you want the superstars to be healthy so you can feel good about the victory that you had nothing to do with, right? I had nothing to do with that, and I just want to say... All right. What else? Anybody watch the Formula One today? Anybody? Jesus fucking Christ. Lewis Hamilton. How many, you know, I root against them the way I root against Alabama just because I got into it so late and he was the best guy and it's just like, it's nothing personal. I just root against the guy, but it gets ridiculous. Like I hate to say this, but my wife and kids were within earshot right upstairs, and the best part of the race is the start when Lewis isn't in first place. Because if he's in first place, how fucking good he is. If he has pole position in his team, if he's in first place in the first turn, the fucking race is over. And then you're just sitting there for 70 laps. Okay, who's going to come in second, third? Who gives a fuck, right? Well, when he's in like third place, he's like upset. It's my sport. He gets all fucking mad. So, you know he's going to do some crazy shit. Within reason. So the fucking race starts, and they're taking off, and I'm so hoping that both Ferraris are in first place, you know, first and second, and they're fucking tearing through the turn, and I don't know what happened, all this fucking commotion, and all of a sudden he's off the fucking track, he comes flying back in, I'm like, finally, he's gonna have some fucking Daniel Ricciardo bad fucking luck. No, he comes right back on the fucking track, and the whole time, the whole first 4 turns, I am off the couch. The way I haven't been for most NFL games this year for whatever fucking reason. I'm off the couch. I'm like, you cunt! You fucking cunt! No, you fucking cunt! It's unbelievable. The guy's luck. It can't be luck. He's got to be that good. He fucking bangs into another guy's car. The other guy, he gets a fucking flat. He fucking hits a busload of kids. He just, he just keeps going. I have damage under the rear of my car. So anyway, so I guess because of the altitude or whatever, some bullshit, everybody has the wrong fucking tires on. On? Is that the right words? They're wearing the wrong tires. So they're chewing them up or whatever, and Ferrari goes, okay, well, don't try to get too far in front of them because we're going to try to do a one-stop strategy or whatever. Meanwhile, Daniel Ricciardo's in the back. He's on a hard compound, and he's tearing up the fucking field. So Mercedes sees that, takes in that information. They have fucking Lewis Hamilton pit early. And they're like, what the fuck? Ferrari stays out there, and then he has the hard tires, and he just fucking runs them down. The guy wins the fucking race. It's just unbelievable. Every fucking time I think Ferrari... It's just, why do I watch? Why do I watch? I've given up. I've tried to not get into this mindset as a sports fan. Like, maybe I can watch auto racing, and I won't be leaping up and down going, cunt, cunt, fucking cunt, and I'm still doing it. I'm yelling at cars. It's time to stop blaming the events bill. It's you, right? My wife has such a funny thing she does when I say inappropriate stuff. She just says my name really loud, really tersely. She just goes, Bill! Because nothing really needs to be said. She just needs to snap me out of it. She doesn't need to say, hey, you shouldn't be yelling, cunt, cunt, fucking cunt, jumping up and down in the living room, screaming at cars. Probably gave my kid a complex if I ever taken her to go see that fucking Pixar movie, right? You see those little cartoon cars even going, cunt, cunt, fucking cunt. That's what Dada say. That's what Dada say. So congratulations to Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. I guess they're just better. They're just fucking better. And it's just, I don't know why. I don't know why I keep watching. So, anyways, there's that. How many? I don't even know what. How many minutes have I done in here? I don't know when I'm supposed to start reading advertising. Does anybody? The Packer spoiler? Did you? Actually, you've done 18 minutes and 30 seconds. Just to let you know. Did he pass out already? Yeah. Oh my God, I just figured out his whole fucking day. He just drank all day. I'm gonna fucking give you the plan. We're going to go to the 10 o'clock game. Start drinking. 1 o'clock, and then we'll go see Bill's podcast. What's that? No, please. I love this. He sounds like a warped record. Is that a 45, a 33? It's all speeds. You're my Packers. This guy. There should be like an ESPN 9, and it's just this guy. Whenever you either watch him passed out, or he just like, so the Packers, great. Trade rumors today in Las Vegas. What were you trying to say, sir? That's a beer drunk. That is a beer drunk. That's not liquor. Liquor, he'd be getting violent. Beer is just kind of. I don't know what I'm saying. I love you guys. You guys are great. That's all right, sir. Just stockpile those ideas. We'll have them. You can just say all of them in the end, all at the same fucking time. What about the Charger game? You told me to go to an LA Charger game. Yes, I did. Feels like hours ago when I said that. Packers and Chargers. Oh, Packers and do they play? No, next week. That's what yeah, we're having a. I'm trying to say what you're saying. We're saying the same thing here, sir. All right. There we go. Okay. Enough participation. It's all right. Please don't shush like I have anything to say up here. I've yelled cunt like 15 times. All right, shh. What horrible thing is he going to say next? Oh, here it is. Drug addicts. Let's talk about drug addicts. You know, I was at the grocery store, you know, because I have nothing better to do on a Sunday than go down and fucking buy shit that I forgot to buy the last time I was there. And I get up to the register. And you know, it's funny, I actually went in to buy vitamins. And for some reason, I went to where the spices are, and I was pointing at because they look the same. It's the same shaped fucking vial. They're always green, you know? So there's a guy stockpiling, like, spices, and I was like, do you know what vitamin B6 and something else my wife wanted or something? And the guy's, and I'm pointing at it, and he's just looking like... Because no, that's all the way, it's aisle 14. It's all the way on the... It's one of those nice grocery stores where they actually walk with you the whole fucking way. You know what I mean? Like, come this way, and it gets, like, weird if it's too long. Like, all right, I'm running out of shit to talk about. Just, I understand how the numbers in the alphabet work. Just fucking tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A's on the left, B's on the right. But I was such a moron, he didn't even walk with me. He was just looking at me like, yeah, it's all the way. It's over there, buddy. Try not to kill yourself on the fucking way over there. So anyway, I'm in there, and I go up to the goddamn register, and it was some impatient guy, white dude with like brown dreads that went into blonde dreads, and his wife showed up with 2 big things of toilet paper, and she was real mousy, you know what I mean? Like, a guy like that needs a mousy chick who won't stand up for herself. No, you do. That's how it is, ladies. That's why you need to be brave and ferocious, whatever you're calling yourselves on the internet. You need to be that way, or else you end up like with a guy like this. Because a guy like that needs somebody like... That's the only way a relationship's going to work. You know what I mean? No? All right. Well, I saw it today, and it was working. The relationship was working. She came walking up with this 2 big things of toilet paper. She's like, hey, and he looks at her and he goes, no! She just walked away. He yelled at her right in front of me, and she took it. She took it. So you know what I say? She deserves that relationship. Nobody deserves that relationship. What I was trying to show was how cold and heartless society can be in a supermarket when we're too concerned with checking out rather than the safety of our women. Listen, if she had any heart, she would have dumped the toilet paper, gone back and got some tuna cans, and then been like, and when he went, no, then she had a blunt object. She could then beat him. Anyway, so I'm standing there while this shit's going on. I was like, all right, I don't want to be here when this, when the end of this relationship happens. So I went another. I don't need to be sequestered. Sir, were you close enough when she bludgeoned him with that frozen Kit Kat? Hey, does anybody, by the way, live on a fucking street out here where, like, you don't know if kids are going to show up for Halloween? That's such an unsettling feeling. It's like, do I roll the dice and have no fucking candy and have these motherfuckers do what me and my friends used to do to people who had no candy at their house? Or do I buy all this candy, okay? Buy all the candy. Yeah, but then you're stuck with the candy, and then what are you going to do? You're going to start eating it, and then you start to like it. Then you start, leaning to one side. You guys all live on your own. Your parents aren't here anymore to be like, hey, you've had enough of those, right? Is there anything scarier as an adult than going out and buying a whole bag of fucking candy and having one of those old lady bowls, those glass bowls, and just pouring it in there and just having it right there? That right there. That candy, your hand and your mouth, is the recipe to someday having to be cut out of your house. That's how it starts. You just have shit you shouldn't be eating. Just that, like, as dangerous as that is, that it does sound awesome, Like if he just didn't give a fuck, and then you got to have like one of those old lady like ottomans, right? And you have just your feet. You have your feet up. You fucking recliner, right? Why would you have an ottoman if you have a recliner? Maybe you have giantism. You know what I mean? And you're only 7 years old, and the recliner, you're already growing it, right? Pretty soon you'll be able to change the channels with your toes. There's one group of people you can still make fun of. They don't seem to have a strong presence on the internet. You know what it is? Their fingers are too big for the keyboards. They're silently, they can use a mouse, but they can't type their feelings. If I had giantism, I would just roll with it. I would just have somebody make me like a big, like, furry, like, onesie that just goes over one shoulder, like Sergeant Slaughter used to have, and then I would just go to malls, and I would just walk through everybody, just going like, get away, get away. Walk into the food court, just go, ah, to see if I could scare everybody. I'll get some emails on that one, You know what? I actually, I watch a lot of car shows where they redo cars and everything. There's one that they could do. There's got to be somebody out there listening right now who has giantism and is a car guy, but there's just no car for him. So you just ask him what his car is, and then they modify it so he can fit in it, right? He's like... No, you just get like a Winnebago, and you tear out the first 3/4 of it, and in the back where they lay down, you just turn that into the seat, right? And then you just do what they, you raise the roof a little bit, and then you just do what they always do. You drop it down, get some big old fucking brakes, Change the lines on it, right? No? You're not seeing that? A giant Hirsch shifter made out of a fucking fishbowl and somebody's crutches. Right? Anyway. Hey, how soon before they start selling pills, like cyanide pills, just to have in your house. If whatever's gonna happen in the next 30 years, the collapse of the dollar, 200 mile per hour firestorm, you don't feel like going out like that, you know? Just one of those you look out the window and everybody's on fire as a zombie, like, fuck this, just... It's the easy way out. You know what I mean? What do you say to God after that, you know? Just be like, well, what was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to fucking burn to death? I mean, I ended the last 18 seconds of my life. Other than that, I didn't commit suicide. I was going to be dead in like 30 seconds. What did I miss out on? What kind of God are you? I didn't take that swig of Drano. That was no picnic. Maybe he still lets you in, but you gotta go in after all the smoked up people, you know? Your neighbor's all crispy going, you should have hung in there, man. I would rather take 30 seconds of flames than an entire eternity, whatever the fuck they say. The math doesn't even work out on that, you know what I mean? Once you get used to burning after a while. You know how much I would love to do that bit in front of that guy I listened to at the Grand Ole Opry? I'm just so happy y'all came out, and then I just fucking come out there and just be like, you know, once you get used to hell's fire after a while, this guy is the devil. I used to know a guy with giantism. You can always see him come. I used to love watching him drink moonshine. He'd do it like a shot glass. He just suck that fucker down. I'm an idiot. Wait. Here we go. That's it. There we go. I actually was in South Carolina, whatever fucking... And when people try to zhuzh up their fucking state, South Carolina. You coming to H-Town, you over here in Sibba-Dibba, Seattle. Stop trying to make your fucking city sound cool. If it's cool, people will know. They're not gonna go there. Albuquerque. Albuquerque's, that's a cool place. Anybody watch El Camino yet? Yeah. Shut up, Green Bay guy. Don't say what actually, Jesse fucking starts a tornado. I watched, it was fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. Once again, Vince Gilligan and the whole crew fucking crushed it again. And I also watched, for the first time ever, I watched Chinatown. Any script writers here? That's the one they always tell you, this was a perfect script. It was an absolute perfect script. From the opening shot, page 10, we understand what the protagonist is doing to the antagonist. Spins into act 1 in fucking 23.2 pages. I actually watched it, and I absolutely loved it. And it was just a fucking, you know, you want to talk about not a Hollywood ending? Watch that movie. Underrated. Because I feel like you guys, it's kind of slipping away. Like, considering, like, I think, like, bands that I list, like, Ozzy's probably on oldies now. You know, I can't imagine. Is, like, Chinatown like a fucking Laurel and Hardy movie to you guys at this point? Like, this should be... They had talkies in the 70s? Some fat lady playing on the piano. Why are fat women so good at piano? Nobody knows. You know what it is? They saw the keys, they thought it was ladyfingers to a cheesecake, and they immediately reached out to them, and then they fall in love with the song. What? They have food issues! Huh? Always had those blue veiny legs, you know? That house coat. What? They did. There's too much weight on the legs, you know? Things burst. And we are here tonight to raise money for all the old, brave warrior fat women that played piano. Oh, I gotta look this up. Someone was trying to tell me this, and I can't believe it's true. So I'm gonna go on the internet to find if it's true or not. Because the internet never lies. Yeah, somebody's trying to claim that China is starting all these fires. I mean, Jesus Christ. Where do you even come up with that? Like, I want to do those drugs. All right, wait, Massachusetts. Word. Bitch. About that ban to ban the B word. All right, there's in Massachusetts. There's actually there's a bill. I know, it's unbelievable. You and anyone else can file legislation. About the bill to ban the B word. Okay, there was just somebody who filed the legislation, I guess. The Massachusetts House this week approved a bill to pump an extra $1.5 billion. Oh, wait a minute. That's B into publication, education over the next... That's not the B word that got a lot of media attention. Yeah, don't talk about smart stuff. Get to the fun stuff. House Bill 3719er that generated the most buzz. Yet another B word. It was... why is this guy trying to be so fucking clever? Just say what happens. Oh, so this isn't a thing. This isn't. Okay, they're going to try to, like, ban the B word, like, bitch. If you say the word bitch, then you'd go to jail or something in Massachusetts, which, you know. Hey, listen, Massachusetts is racist, and they're sick of these rappers selling all these fucking albums, so they're trying to get them in jail. This is clearly pointed at one particular race of people. That word is really not in the white community, other than, like, people who watch, like, white people watch a lot of reality TV, and they start to get the head going, you know? They're like cul-de-sac, ghetto. It's this, you know, like when you go to restaurants, this is Asian-infused Italian. It's just, you know? They're doing that with, like, race. You haven't noticed? It's not the lack of laughter. It's the pretending not to know. That's what kills me. That is what's going to slowly kill me as someone who does what the fuck I did. I don't even notice. I am so progressive that I don't notice what everybody else noticed. Yeah. Most of them will end up in the trunk of a car at some point. Because they're going to feel like this person's a serial killer, but they don't want to offend, and they want to be an ally. Why, yes, I will help you get that spare out, creepy person. All right. Is this even a podcast anymore? Am I just filler? Oh, drug addicts. That was my point. So I go up to the register. Let's go back. There's the fucking white dude with the blonde dreads with the mousy woman. They both deserve each other. He's not a nice guy, so he's not going to get a strong woman, right? He's going to get a mouthy person like this. Somebody with an axe behind you. What? Right? Get his fucking head hacked off. Oh, my God. I just picture that guy with his dreads banging a mousy woman. Like, that's got to be the most awful sexual experience ever. Just... Are you enjoying this? Yeah, if you enjoy it, I enjoy it. Forget it. That's probably a website. Mousy women sex. They know what they want, but they won't say it. Can one man with a progressive dick get her to come out of her sexual shell? This would be a weird time to do ad reads. Do I have ad reads? What? Do I have ad reads? No reads. Smart man. Smart man. Smart read. How far into this? Andrew Themelis, everybody. The guy who was behind them. The man behind the music. Oh, look at this. Dynasty typewriter. Here we got some, these are some of the questions. How much time have I done? I've done 40 minutes? I've done 40 minutes. Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, Jesus Christ. The drug addict thing, I have not. You know what? How much does it annoy you guys when I do the podcast and I never get back to the thing? You're like, fuck, you left me hanging. That has to be a new segment called Bill Never Finished. All right, we'll do that, okay? Jesus Christ, that felt like Thanksgiving dinner. Like, wait, do you guys also think I do that? Yes, we do. You're the asshole. We were kind of hoping you wouldn't show up. Just bloviating. What does that word even mean? Bloviating. Huh? It means MeUndies. Okay. The drug addict. I will finish this one. So I'm standing in line trying to get away from the loud, mousy fucking, yin and yang of fucking awful people you wouldn't want to drive across the country with. Huh? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Or like it's the Grand Canyon. You miss everything. So I look, and on one of these magazine covers is yet another fucking famous person who was on drugs, and now they're off of drugs. And then this just, I just cannot stand the person that interviews them. Where they sit there all fascinated. You did, wait, the guy starts saying, I was up to I was doing $9,000 worth of cocaine a day. 9,000, how did you even manage? They just sit there fascinated, like they're the first person to juggle 19 knives in the air. Like, how did you get to that fucking level? I just wish one time someone would just not be sympathetic. Well, that's an incredible waste of money. What the fuck would you do that for? Do you have any idea how selfish that is to everyone that knows and loves you? $9,000 worth of coke? How much fucking money do you have, you asshole? This homeless people? No, addicts, I don't, You know what I say? I say let them be. No, I don't. I don't, help them out, but enough with the fucking just sitting across from them, And then I started doing crystal meth. Oh, how did that work out? Huh? You didn't see the billboards?
Bill, it's not as simple as that.
All right, here we go. The Pumpkin Patch Moms. Oh, I was talking about this last week when I went to a pumpkin patch with my kid thinking I was literally doing some Norman Rockwell stuff. And I show up and there was all these hoary moms with their butt cheeks and their titties hanging out. Like their husband wasn't I don't know what was going on, You're married. It's over. It's done. You've gone to a high school reunion. Put your shit away. There's kids here. She should be able to dress the fuck she wants. She wants to look like a matinee stripper in a fucking pumpkin patch. I say more power to her. All right, I would like to address, hey, Billy the Kid, I would like to address your issues. Well, I can't tell which way this is going to go. With slutty-dressed moms at the pumpkin patch. By the end of the email, I hope to quell your frustrations on the topic, or at least respect the opinion I present. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I hope to quell your Come on. He's got an ascot on. He's gonna blow my mind with this fucking education. I did my undergrad here, and then I matriculated. This is one of these guys. I'm a millennial man, and there's an oxymoron. And enough millennial bashing. Let's get on to, Generation Z. And based on the description you gave about the Pumpkin Patch Moms, I didn't think it was bad at all. Simply what has happened is that we are witnessing the goalpost changing. Oh, okay. The goalpost of slutty has always changed in history and will continue in the future. All right, I'm back on board. I like this guy. For example, this is actually brilliant here. Around the 1800s, showing a bit of ankle was considered provocative. Yeah, they get you drowned as a witch, right? Jesus Christ, how fucked up was that, you know? They would keep drowning you, or trying to, semi-drowning you until you admitted that you were a witch. If you drowned, that meant you weren't a witch. And then if you just said, all right, fuck it, I'm a witch, then they burned you. So then you were underwater going like, all right, well, this sucks, but at least I'm not hot. Ironically, at this time, showing your cleavage or decolletage, I don't know, was considered classy. Oh, I get it. I get that. I get it. What is it? Decolletage? What does that mean? Titties? Is that what I mean? What a fucking great word for titties. I'm going to use it. This time a woman has her titties. What are you looking at? I'm looking at your decolletage. Ooh. I see you have a ring, but is it serious? Oh, a neckline. Oh, but that's still good. That's like I'm looking at your neckline, not your titties. Huh? Damn. Madam, I must say, I really admire your breathtaking decolletage. Decolletage, I'll never be able to say it. What's going to be even worse is that fucking drunk idiot trying to remember that word when he stares at somebody. Say, I was looking at your decolletage there. All right. Oh, so it's actually neckline, not cleavage. Well, it depends on what they considered neckline back then. I don't know. Here's a quote from a woman's magazine in the 1800s. Jesus, this guy actually did research called La Belle Assemblée. All right. A lady with a well-turned ankle should never wear her petticoats too short. So if she sprained her ankle getting off the horse and her fucking ankle was too big to stuff into her infinity button boot, she shouldn't show it? Is that what they're saying? What does that mean? A lady with a well-turned ankle. She fucking got crossed over, right? No? How do you guys know all these fucking words? It's unbelievable. All right. Anyways, should never wear her petticoats too short. Cheap exhibition soon sink into contempt. What I think that means somebody thinks, hey, you want to fuck? You want to fucketh? And then you're like, no. They're like, you fucking bitch. Is that what happens? I'm lost. I'm lost in all of that. Isn't it amazing that that's English and I don't even understand it? I am sure we agree about that a mom showing her bare ankles is not slutty at all, but simply normally dressed. You know, this guy is presenting a wonderful argument for butt cheeks hanging out of a pair of Daisy Dukes. You don't think there was a bit of an overcorrection when you have to get waxed to go to a fucking pumpkin patch? Is there a decolletage word for your fucking clam? I would love to hear that. Another example is Yves Saint Laurent, 1971, Spring Haute Couture. What is this? No Sports Illustrated swimsuit model? 40 show in Paris. Okay, I guess 1971. So what do they do? Some throwback shit? Like Mitchell and Ness 40 shit, 1971? This is an example of the goalpost shifting of what is considered slutty between generations. What Yves Saint Laurent presented at that fashion show was a model with a short green colored chubby fur coat and a dress that tightly fit the hips with a line up of strappy velvet platform sandals. The young people at the time loved the style and it became a commercial success, but the older people hated it because the style that Yves Saint Laurent presented was inspired by prostitutes of the 1940s at Nazi-occupied Paris during the war. What? Wait. But older people hated it because the style that Yves Saint Laurent presented was inspired by prostitutes of the 1940s at Nazi-occupied Paris during the war. Well, yeah, I mean, everybody knows the Nazis had the best fucking uniforms ever. They did. They just fucking, they had badass uniforms. It even influenced the horse. So they were just like, well, look, you know, if I'm going to attract this Jean, I need to dress a little bit, you know. But since the young people were too young to remember or even care, Yves Saint Laurent's new style remained popular for an entire decade. But I get it, Bill. I am sure when I'm old, I'll be complaining about whatever the new goalposts that is set. Maybe the new goalposts will be topless moms at the pumpkin patch with their hoo-ha bear. And I'm not going to lie, that would probably upset me too. All right, I understand what he's saying. I try not to be that older guy, but come on, man. When you got like your sex goods out. You know what I mean? I mean, I you know, the thighs showing, I don't give a fuck, you know, you got shorts on, whatever, that's, you know. But when your butt cheeks are out, you know. Plus, isn't there a time and place for that? There's fucking kids there, you got your ass out. Guys are trying to pay attention so their kids don't get kidnapped. You're doing a misdirection with your fucking buns over here. This is how kids go missing. And isn't there a certain insecurity level there? Like, this is supposed to be all about the kids. God for fucking bid. They have their 45 fucking minutes in a pumpkin patch. You have to steal focus with your tits and ass out? I don't think I'm wrong on this one. I agree with what this guy's saying. Like, style definitely changed. Like, I didn't think that there would be any music that I would be going, "Oh, that isn't music," after Ozzy bit the fucking head off a bat. You know, then along came people like just fucking pushing buttons on a laptop. And I'm just like, wait a minute, that's not fucking music. You don't have to, do you have to learn how to? Remember trying to play guitar like a fucking C chord was the worst. I can't fucking. Back in Black. Nah, nah, nah. Nah, nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. That's why you put it down. Just sit there. Who can't fucking type these days? Everybody can fucking type. Goddamn secretary could be a fucking arena act. Keep it going for Gladys. Beep, 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 beep. Wooga-dam, wooga-dam. Beep, 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 beep. Whatever that fucking thing is they play on everything. Yo, Billy Tickletoes. Pollution. Oh, Jesus. Yo, Billy Tickletoes. I certainly produce trash like everyone else. But I feel like I have a relatively small footprint. Do you see what Instagram has done for people? We're talking about pollution and they're making it all about themselves. I certainly produce trash like everyone else, but I feel... All right, no shock that the media focuses on how much the average guy sucks because they're owned by the same guy whose company is dumping shit onto dolphins' faces. See, this is what I have to deal with. Like, I don't even know what that sentence means. Okay, I see what you're saying. They focus on the individual rather than all of these giant companies, how much they're polluting. Okay, I understand that. All right, we're on the same page. I thought that whole carbon credit futures exchange thing you talked about last week, I just read about it, was bullshit conspiracy, but it seems to be a real plan. It's fucked up that our economy is affected by rich people gambling on the price of what oil will be in the future. Carbon must be the next logical step. Evil sucks. But this long-term plan evil is some real frustrating stuff, Bill. Oh, thanks for bringing it up again with no solution. I think that in the future, what you want to have is you want to have solar panels connected to an electric fence around your house. An AR-15, powdered food, I don't know, and just somebody who can put up with you and likes the same kind of music you do. You just stay in their fucking house. That's the only solution I see. P.S. Did you know that the U.S. military causes more pollution than 140 countries combined? No, I did not know that. But, you know, they drive tanks. I mean, it's a little worse than a Prius, I would think. Did you know that elephants take bigger shits than you do? I had a friend in the Air Force who was explaining to me that they do fuel dumps over the ocean. If they don't use all their fuel, they can't justify asking for a higher budget the next year, so they just dump it over the ocean. Why can't they fix that? Why can't they just give them their fucking money? You know? I don't know. I don't understand. You know, actually, you know, I've been telling you guys I've been studying for this fucking instrument rating on my pilot's license, and so I'm watching all these aviation videos and shit like that. I try to stay away from the ones where people crash, but that's unfortunately how you learn. There's a lot of, well, don't do what this guy did. So anyways, I'm gonna post this video. This is fucking video, and I didn't know you could do this, but I guess when you're flying along out there, when you talk to the tower or something like that, you can actually ask them what your fucking ground speed is. I don't know why you'd want to know that. Maybe if you're trying to get somewhere and you have a ridiculous headwind, which I've been involved in that. There's nothing worse when you think you're going to be flying over traffic and then you have such a brutal headwind that there's people underneath you passing you on the fucking highway. You're like, just sitting there, right? So this guy was in some little ass fucking Cessna, and he asked what his ground speed was. So the fucking, you know, the air traffic told him it was like fucking 80 knots, which is ridiculously low. And it was a stupid thing, I guess, to ask. I don't understand the etiquette here, okay? This is like, I guess, some aviation, you know, don't fucking admire your home run or the next guy's going to get hit. So he asked what his fucking ground speed was. And so then some other douche who was in a twin, just to be a cunt, when he called in, he also asked for his ground speed. So the guy told him, blah, 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 you're doing 140 knots. So it's just some, you know, who's got a bigger dick? I got more engines. I'm going faster than you, right? So there just happened to be a Navy pilot in the area flying like one of those fucking, you know, F-18, whatever the fuck they are. So just to be a douche, he calls in, announces his position, and then asks for his ground speed. And they go, yeah, your ground speed's like 680 knots, right? Shuts them the fuck down. And you think that's it. Turns out there was also a guy, crew flying a stealth bomber at 89,000 feet. They were so high up, they were like over Utah and could see LA. Like they can see the whole fucking coast, doing this loop up to Seattle, getting refilled, and I don't know what altitude they come down to get refilled. They do it in like 2.5 hours, right? He called in and asked for his fucking ground speed, and they were like fucking 1,000 fucking 200 something. That's what's going on up there. Just to let you know. Well, you think it's a bunch of eggheads up there, to the vector, blah, blah. They're no different than that douche in front of you at the fucking stoplight, staring at his phone. So I'll post that video. The guy flying the fucking stealth bomber tells the story. The most amazing thing was, they're flying 80-something thousand feet. And I was just saying, like, he was, I don't know where he was, over Arizona or something like that, and he could see LA. He could see the roundness of the fuck. They should take that guy from the fucking NBA and bring him up in that goddamn thing. All right, when you play the Lakers, you play there. Up there is where the Seattle Supersonics used to be. You see how it's disappearing now? You see that? You see how it's moving? We didn't paint this on the fucking windshield. Anyways. All right, NSA turned on my webcam. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is who I attract in this fucking podcast. Who is the NSA? National Security what? Agency? What are they? There's the CIA, there's the FBI. What are they? Oh, he was in there. Oh, so like the guys spying on you on the fucking computers. Oh, all right. And by the way, how was he able just to come back? Well, what the fuck? I mean, he was on that thing for like an hour. I watched all those spy movies. Did he have to get off after 4 minutes? Or else they trace the call? Did he have to keep running from payphone to payphone? Just FaceTiming at different payphones around Russia? I didn't understand how that worked. When is the U.S. government just going to just let that guy? No, nobody cares. People care, but nobody cares enough. Right? Just let him back. What's he going to be? Sitting in a bar? Do you know what they're doing? Oh, is that what they're doing? Do you know I can't pay off my student loans? That's a little more fucking... I don't. What am I going to do about it? Yeah. All right, dear Bill. Hearing your rant on the October 14th Monday Morning Podcast about privacy made me wonder if you wanted to hear about my experience with Big Brother. I actually do, because I'm so fucked up. I have these idiots. I was in Dwayne Reed the other day. Can we have a phone number? And they're like, what are you telling them this shit for? You don't think that's fucking crazy to just give some asshole... Yeah, I don't know why people fucking do that. I don't know why you become a cashier... and check yourself out and work for fucking free. I don't understand. Okay, anyway. Okay, a few years ago, I was seeing this girl at my former job. The company had a strict no-tolerance policy against what they called fraternizing. Don't you hate when they cock-block you at work? And then make you work 60 hours? Where else am I going to meet somebody? But we were both supervisors of different areas. This sounds like a porno. So our relationship did not violate any rules. Even so, it's a workplace environment in a small shit-splat town. So, that's funny. Small shit-splat town. So these bored fucking people ran their mouths, and HR warned the girl I was seeing about fraternizing and sexual harassment. Well, how did they know you were seeing people? How did you know you were seeing her? You fucking making out with her in the parking lot? Huh? Slapping her on the ass when she walked by your cubicle? See you tonight, honey. Psh, your turn to cook. No, we're just friends. All right, so it became kind of a running joke between us. Like, we would make plans after work and say, you got time for a little fraternizing later on? Shit like that. You know what? The second they don't work together, all the excitements of doing something naughty is going to go away, and they're going to have to get to know each other as people, and the whole relationship's going to implode. So one afternoon, we were hanging at my place, watching a movie on my laptop, and we end up saying, screw the movie, and had sex. Yeah, you can't fuck in front of a flat screen TV. You can't do anything. After she got dressed and left, and I walked her to her car, when I came back to the bedroom, I noticed the little green light next to the webcam on my laptop was on. And even though the screen had timed out and turned black, what happens next is something I've never told anybody. I sat down on the bed like, what the fuck? And before I even touched the computer, the screen turned blue, and the word fraternizer scrolled diagonally across in big white letters. No, I don't believe this. Like some fucking Windows 98. I don't believe it. I know you're thinking the girl probably said it as a screensaver to play a joke on me, but she never even touched it. It's a MacBook Pro. I don't even think you can make a shitty screensaver. Anyway, I don't even get that joke. I'm glad that was funny. Anyway, I hit the space key and the screen went back to where you enter your password. I immediately put a piece of tape over the webcam, and the laptop hasn't done that since. But some creep in his cubicle definitely watched me bang that girl. Thanks, and go hug yourself, you filthy animal. Oh, I can see, some tech nerd. Coworker. And then he's just sitting there, night after night, with his dick in his hand. Trying to see. He can hear him fucking. Well, isn't there a way to then take your computer and then they can backtrace it? Can't they fucking... That guy was my favorite guy ever. We'll fucking backtrace this thing! I never saw a guy love his kids so much that he just went ballistic like that. Can't they just kind of trace that? And then you out yourself? What a fuck, dude. Can you understand, though, how much, like, not of a creep. That guy, let's say this actually happened, and let's say that is a coworker. Do you understand, like, how much of a creep has been drawn out of him because of these fucking things? Okay? Back in the day, he would have had to work for it. He would have had to fucking, you know, work his way, like climbing over backyard fences, doing it at night, fighting off fucking dogs, peek in the fucking window, and risk getting caught. Now he can just sit here anonymously. I think that's why that this shit here, like the level of fucking porn that I have watched. Like, I find myself now when I try not to watch it anymore. I'm trying to fucking quit that the way I quit booze. I just, like, nothing shocks me anymore, and I find myself, like, not, like, laughing at it, but laughing, like, I don't know, like, pleasantly, like I'm watching the Golden Girls, like, just like I'm watching a TV show. Now, I definitely rented some porns back in the fucking day, but there was a shame to it. You had to fucking go down there, and the guy, you know, they always had those stupid saloon doors. I don't know why. Looks like he's not renting the Bourne Identity, right? Bourne Identity wasn't even out there. He's not going to be renting, what was that fucking mermaid movie? Splash, there you go. Andrew, crushing it. Splash, all right. Anyways, family thinks I joined a sex cult. Dude, what the fuck? This is just... All right, hey, Billy Blowsocket. I'm 24, single, live alone, and my life has become crazy recently. Everyone in my close family thinks I joined a psychedelic sex cult when I went to New Zealand this summer. While in New Zealand, I met up with a lady who knew where to pick psychedelic mushrooms. I didn't know about that when I went to New Zealand. We went to her house. You don't want to trip for the first time in a different country, right? That's why he just said, "Into your papers, please." We went to her house where she had 4 dairy cows. Hot chicks always hang out with fatter girls, don't they? And picked mushrooms. Sorry, it was an easy joke. I went with it. I'm sorry to all the plus-size billboard models out there. That so annoys me now that they put less pleasant-looking people on billboards now. It's like, where was that when I was younger? With my blinding torso. Okay, well, we went to her house where she had 4 dairy cows and picked mushrooms out of the cow patties. Woo! Don't need to see the process. Cow shit. We washed them off and then ate them maybe 10 minutes after picking them. You didn't let them sit in the fucking sun to get rid of any more bacteria? Within 20 minutes, I'm losing my mind. I pretty much start having massive anxiety attack. She comes to calm me down. She's so damn hot and sitting on my lap, so I start kissing her. This sounds like a fucking Pink Floyd animated thing you watch while you're tripping at one of their things, right? One thing turns to another, and we fuck. Yeah. I think one thing turns to another, and then you started kissing her. You don't start kissing her, she's sitting on your lap. One thing turned to another, we did exactly what everybody thought was going to happen. One thing turns to another, we started baking bread. I felt a connection with my higher being and the collective consciousness with the woman. How much mushrooms is this guy selling right now? Everybody's, dude, we got to go to New Zealand. We got to meet some chick who she's got to have 4. She's got to have 4 cows. Craziest experience of my life. So far, like we were the same being dissecting each other's bodies. Okay, that guy... I don't know why, I just pictured like dragonflies and insects there. I don't like that. All right, we started traveling New Zealand together the next day, and 2 days after we were at the beach where we met 2 guys. Please don't do mushrooms with them. who took us to a shaman man in a cave. This is a trusting person, huh? All right, he reads our energy and says the usual hippie shit, like us being old souls and shit. He gave us both a hit of peyote and blessed us. What is peyote? Is that just like steroid weed? Oh, it comes from cactus? Oh, okay. And we left high as fuck, so we ran around the beach half naked laughing because of how perfect everything is. La-di-da. We have a good time and fucked a lot while on psychedelics. I'm beginning to understand why your parents think you joined a sex cult. I come back to the U.S. a couple weeks later and immediately tell my brother over the phone my experience. I'd been gone for 2.5 months, and while I was gone, my brother had a major lifestyle change, and I had no idea. He went... I thought they were going to say he was gay. He was banging all these broads, and now, all of a sudden, he's got a mustache, he's got a boyfriend. He went from being a nihilist atheist to now a born-again Christian. Oh, come on, Hollywood. Like, you don't have the fucking answers. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck everything, man. I moved out of my hometown. I know, everything. And was very concerned and upset by my experience. It's safe to say that something happened to these people as kids. Like, this is really extreme behavior. Eating mushrooms out of cow shit in New Zealand. Right? You guys are like, well, that sounds pretty normal. That's funny. That really didn't get a groan, but he's a born-again Christian. Oh my God, what happened? Anyways, he doesn't like what I'm doing. So much so that he tells everyone in our deeply religious family, there it is, that I was initiated into a psychedelic sex cult, and now the devil has my spirit. Oh, I get it. He was the black sheep, and now he became the favorite son, and now you're out there banging broads on mushrooms, and they're all waiting for Jesus to come back, and they're jealous. Okay, I get it. My sister blocked me on everything. Brother tries to get me to go to rehab. Grandma wants me to get baptized, and my mom cries almost every night, worried about my mental health. Well, you're eating cow shit. I'm going to guess not having unprotected sex in a different hemisphere. I would be concerned. She does have a right to be concerned. What do you guys think about that commercial where they have the moms of like soldiers and they go, mothers serve too. Okay. All right, we'll give you that one. It's like, can they ever hit off the blue tees? I told them that I'm totally fine and everything has been blown out of proportion, but they think the devil is making me say those things. Oh my God, can you start filming this, please? This is like a reality show. I love my family and don't want to lose contact. All right, now it got sad. But I know they've gone way too far with this, and I'm not really into their religious outlook and won't go to church. My question is, what do I do about my crazy religious family thinking I'm into psychedelic sex cults? Well, maybe stop telling them that you're fucking broads in New Zealand on fucking mushrooms. I'm not saying to stop doing that. Just stop telling your overly religious family that this is what you're doing. This is one of the easiest questions ever. If you could keep your fucking trap shut. Thank you for everything you are, and go fuck yourself, you cunt. All right, let's, I got a couple more. You guys hanging in there? All right. Okay, here we go. How come nobody takes me seriously? All right. Hey there, Bill! Exclamation point. Well, maybe you come on too strong. Everybody thinks you're weird. I'm a 23-year-old male. I am a musician and been working retail, Bed Bath & Beyond. I thought retail was close. You'd look lovely in this bathrobe. For the last 3.5 years. Lately, I've been pondering heavily on the fact that my whole entire life, nobody has ever taken me seriously. I'm a pretty comical guy, I'd say. I'm not saying I crack the greatest gut-splitting jokes in the West. In the West. Huh? How adorable. He's 23. Hey, I'm not saying I do the most gut-splitting in the West. I love this guy. This guy would return your wallet. Hey, by the way, somebody hit my car. I had it parked in the parking lot and then fucking waited till I came down. Gave me all the insurance. There's some good people out there. You know, there really are. Shout out to that person who I'm going to pay for because you were a good guy. Anyways, but I do have a dry sense of humor. And most of the time joking with every interaction I'm in. I love to laugh and make people laugh. What can I say? But the thing is, oh man, this guy, I don't know. He's either just a fucking great guy or he's sitting on something and half the mountain's gonna blow off one day. But the thing is, I've recapped and replayed every moment in my head I can think of where somebody shot down any idea I had for something. Oh, God. He's going to have the mohawk any day. Huh? You talking to me? Huh? You talking to me? You don't respect my ideas? Numerous occasions when I've been given a task at a job and my peers automatically talk to me like I'm some kind of fucking simpleton. Dude, I think you're just too nice. And I think you also say things like, crack the best jokes in the West. And they think that you're a simple person. I think you're a really wholesome person. You know what it is? You're not jaded. And you're probably working with a bunch of dicks and they think they can get over on you. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to get a little dirt on you. You're going to have to take someone down to the mat. You're just going to have to or they're not going to respect you. And also, people often say that they can't picture me mad. I know. He's wholesome, or is this the guy in the news? Like, he was the nicest guy. We never saw it coming. All of my managers at all of my jobs have always kind of picked on me, too. You're not sticking up for yourself. To be completely honest, I know this is something I've struggled with my whole life, but it's a little hard to put into words now how I'm feeling about this. Yeah, dude, yeah, you've been picked on, and you're one of those guys. Rather than being an asshole too, you're trying to like, I act this way, if I act cool, maybe everybody will be cool, and people will stop fucking with me. I did that. I tried that. Didn't work for me. Look at the angry fucking lunatic. Look what I was sitting on. That's true. I think I feel that I've set this expectation for everybody that I'm always in a positive and joking mood. So whenever I want to be taken seriously, I don't get that in return. I'm telling you, dude, you gotta break some eggs here to get the omelet going. I think I'm sure my own, just within the law. Don't want to send you down. Bill Burr told me to break some eggs. Not going to tell you guys, this is being filmed, so they said. She's telling what not a gun guy I was. I was trying to remember how you fucking... I'm sure my own personality has brought this upon myself. I know you haven't... I actually really like guns, by the way. I'm just scared shitless of them because I don't know anything about them. I know you haven't known me my entire life and how... You ever hear a noise? Like, no matter how anti-gun you are, late at night when you hear a noise, you're like, fuck. I should have been a gun guy. I'm sure my own personality has brought this upon myself. I know you haven't known me my entire life and see how I handle it, but I'm just seeking a little wisdom here. I had tried being shorter with people and just a tad douchier to see if that would work. I did all of this. I've done this. I've been where you're at. And I don't feel that's an effective method. Yeah, you don't want to be a cunt. If you have any general advice on this kind of thing, anything would help. Love the podcast. Love your stand-up. Thank you, and go fuck yourself. Yeah, what I would try to do, sit down and just start to write about yourself. Don't do it on the internet because someone's going to find it, all right? Just write down in a notebook, what am I feeling? What do I want? What makes me sad? You got to get in touch with what's going on with you. And then, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of did that. A lot of anger came out, and then it overly came out. And then what I would have to do was when I was calling somebody up to have a confrontation, I would literally have to write the points I wanted to make. And before I made the phone call, I swear to God, I drew a smiley face. Like, don't get angry. And I'm still fucking working on it. So I think what you're working on, a lot of people are going through. You're only 23. I didn't learn how to have a confrontation and stick up for myself well into my early 30s. And it's a great skill to develop. You can totally turn around. It's not like you're tone deaf and then you got to go sing a song. This is just learning how to confront people. Just go baby steps. And maybe there's somebody where you go buy food and they're a little flippant with you. No, don't get in arguments in public. That's a bad example. Sorry. I don't know. You're a good guy, I don't know. It just I would start with that, and then maybe I would go into therapy and figure out what's going on with yourself, and just take it from there, and just gradually work your way up. It's like anything else. It takes a while to get good at something. So just don't beat yourself up. All right, and fuck all those people that who do that when they see a nice guy like you who says all of those things that make people laugh. I hope in a good way. That they then go and take advantage of you. All right, so here we go. All right, smoking habit. By the way, that's why I think every kid should learn fucking jujitsu, so everybody's on the same. No, but then the bullies learn it too. Stupid idea. Forget that. All right, smoking habit. Am I supposed to get out of here? Did they just shut off the fucking AC because all of a sudden it's getting hot? Let's just try to heat them up so he fucking wraps it up here. All right. Hey, Bill, I really hate myself right now because I smoked a cigarette. I'm a 15-year-old. Is that young? Oh, Jesus Christ, all the fucking chicks were smoking them by the time they were 11 when I was a kid. It started out in the beginning in the year where I found my parents' stash of cigarettes, and I later smoked one a day later. It was purely out of curiosity. Now it's back on. I busted you. But when I did cough on the first hit, it was purely out of curiosity, but when I did cough on the first hit, then after I was fine. Oh, but, thank you. Jesus, how do you figure that out? I did cough on the first hit. Is the P next to the B? It's not even close. All right. But then after I was fine, almost like I was a natural at smoking. Now, I did this 5 times between 2 months before banning myself from ever doing it again. Yeah, you don't want to do this. There's no quicker way of ruining your fucking life than starting to smoke cigarettes. Other than, I don't guess, smoking fucking opium or something. Recently, however, stress and shit got to me to smoke another, and now I'm scared of being a smoker. I hate myself because I know smoking is bad for me, but I just love the smell and the buzz from a cigarette. I gotta admit, dude, this is making me want to smoke a cigar. I do want to stop this immediately, but I know that I'm a really impulsive guy, and pursuing tobacco sounds like a fun thing to me. You're gonna regret it. I regret starting to smoke cigars, I'll tell you that. Even though I know it's wrong, he says cigars sound awesome to me, and I want to at least experience the taste of one in my life. So, Bill, how the fuck do I get my brain off tobacco? What is your best way to get off addictions? I have found to not have it in my house. I do not bring the devil into your house. How my drinking went off the rails was I brought it into the house. And then there was no bartender to shut me off. I could pour the drinks as big as I wanted. I could drink whenever I wanted. I had the free time. I would put on Me TV. I would watch the Rockford Files. It was just fucking awesome. Now I want to drink, right? So I got the booze out of my house. It takes a little bit of time. It takes some distance. There's some stupid formula. Yeah, it takes 6 weeks to break a bad habit. Some stupid shit like that. I don't know what it is. I've almost gone a year without drinking, and I've had no desire to. But when I was in Asheville, North Carolina, both nights when I got off stage, there's something about the South. I fucking love the South. I love the pace. I love the whole fucking thing. And there's something about it. It just taps into the cigar smoker in me, where I just want to sit down. And both nights I got off stage, and I was just like, oh, man, I would fucking kill for a giant glass of fucking bourbon right now and just sit down and fucking hang with my friends. And like, so it I don't know that it ever quite goes away. I'm not like an addict. It's funny to hear me tell these stories, but like, I am more just like, I'm like a creature of habit. So it's a fascinating thing, like addiction and that type of stuff. Like, trying to eat well. It's just like one fucking trip to McDonald's because you're late. It's like you took a hit of the fucking crack pipe, and then all of a sudden, I want fucking McDonald's. Egg McMuffin sounds good to me. And in your head, like, no, it doesn't. But the grease is still in you going, yeah, do it. So I think there's some lingering shit in you still from the tobacco. And, and they do all of that fucking shit. I heard, the dip, they put a little bit of glass in it. So fucking, microscopic cuts, and it goes right into you, and you get that rush. Like I've heard at bars from people who had no fucking baccalaureate degree have told me that the food industry was actually jealous of hard drugs. And they wanted what they called that craveability. So they've done that with their fucking food, and they give all of these people, the Trumps, the Obamas, and all this fucking money so that they look the other fucking way. And I have no literature to back any of that up. All right, lastly but not leastly, I want to thank all you guys for coming out, too. I really appreciate it. All righty. All right, overrated, underrated. Okay. I already said, underrated. Not watching football, riding on your bike while your daughter rides a tricycle in a circle, going and making those fucking bank deposits, all that shit you would have been done if you weren't watching, like, how the fuck was that a hold, I'm going back to, I'm just picking one good game a week. I watched LSU beat fucking Auburn. Great goddamn game. And Alabama, the dream ends in 2 weeks. I'm hoping when LSU plays you guys. I'm hoping. You don't think so? Come on, shut up, dude. You guys win all the fucking time. Roll Tide, roll. Are you from Alabama, sir? Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry. You're in the dark. I can't fucking hear you. Oh, I hate that. First round, then a fucking man. You know what? I don't give a shit. Everybody. So you're in the fucking dark. I can't see you. There's other people fucking laughing. Jesus Christ. Are you going to hashtag voice shamed? No more live podcast. This is it. Fucking over. Oh. All right. Overrated, underrated. You're just mad because you get made fun of by Georgia. They do. Georgia actually looks down on Alabama. I'm a tourist. You all look the same to me. All right, underrated. That's how it works. It kind of goes west. The more further west you are, the more you get shit on. And then it all ends in Mississippi, and everybody just shits on them. I don't understand. All right. Overrated, underrated. Okay, underrated. Top today's hot moms. Oh, the pumpkin patch fun here. Fan, I should say. I remember moms in the 70s, 80s, and 90s looking all mom-like. Yeah, so do I. All right, I think we, guys and lesbos, have it better. I don't even know what that means. Maybe it's because I was born in 81 and everyone looked old to me. I love seeing moms stay active and caring for their health as well as taking care of their family. What did that have to do with lesbians? Is that because they can get married now? Finally, they can adopt a kid, so technically one of them's a mom? Or are they both moms? I don't know how it fucking works. Oh, God, am I in trouble now? I don't know. It's a new world. Oh, there we go. That's what I like about live podcasts. All the questions are answered. That would have bugged me for a whole week. What the fuck did that mean? All right, last thing here. Overrated. No, that's overrated. Today's hot moms. It's the same thing. I appreciate all the self-care, but would it kill some of these women to do some mom things once in a while when it's not convenient for the camera? Maybe it's because I was born in 81, but I remember moms putting their family first. Glad you're getting in some yoga, but could you maybe teach your kids a little something about anything in your spare time, for Christ's sake? There we go. If that attention is going towards themselves, it ain't going towards their kids. Yeah, it's a weird fucking time. You know what, actually, the last thing I'll say here is have you noticed, like, when you watch, like, YouTube videos of kids falling down? I don't know why I got on that thing, but I'm watching it. It used to be, like, accidental. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my kid was sitting there laughing and then fell off the chair, was fucking okay or whatever, and it becomes like a funny thing, like a kid falling down. But now I've noticed, like, when you watch them, because they know they're going to get big hits, there's plenty of time for the parent to get over there. The kid's walking towards a hot stove. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Touch it, touch it. What are you doing? That gets a little creepy. All right. Well, that was the live podcast. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Go fuck yourselves. We'll see you on the other one. Thank you to Andrew Themelis for setting up all of this stuff. And thank you to Dynasty Typewriter for the wonderful space. I'll be in back signing posters, taking pictures, kissing babies, whatever. Thank you. Good night.